Are you sick and tired of gambling your hard-earned money on Madden packs? Look no further than my sponsor, MMOEXP, for the cheapest and most reliable MUT coins on the market. And don't forget to use code Ferdy at checkout for 5% off. What's going on, guys? Today we got a new kind of video, and that is the best team for every play style. And I also tried to include every price point. So it's kind of like all my videos in one, because there's a bunch of different teams. It took a little bit of time, putting together all these squads. But pretty much, I can add different schemes, just comment them down below. But for today, I went pretty basic. I went pass heavy, like an air raid kind of scheme, run heavy scheme. I went man-to-man scheme, and I went zone scheme. Those are the 4 schemes we got in today's video. And I also have different price points, different price pointed lineups and names for every single team. So yeah, we got a lot to go over today. And keep in mind, I'm recording this video on Sunday, posting it on Tuesday. So some AKA names might not be in this episode. And that is the reason why. Okay, so let's get started with the air raid high level team. And this is obviously gonna be a very expensive squad. This is 12 million coins. And what I just did here was I basically took the price cap off. Don't care about the price. This is probably the best air raid team that you're able to probably get right now. There's a new Christian McCaffrey that actually came out today with 0 AP Jukebox, who I like. I actually did have the abilities on these cards. They all went away. But trust me, if you want to go air raid, there are some good schemes and some good setups you can run with these guys. You're able to run 2 double me's, maybe even 3 double me's if you don't want to go light up on Mahomes. But I think light up Mahomes is the best QB in the game right now. Again, I'm recording this on Sunday, so there's a chance Randall maybe has him. I don't know. You never know. But yeah, Mahomes with his AP discounts and things like that, I think he is the best. And you're able to do some crazy things with X factors and abilities on offense that make the air raid scheme that much better. Also trying to find good pass block guys. We're still early in the year, so not early in the year, but we're kind of not at that point of the year where we have like a bunch of 99 overall offensive linemen. So for a lot of the high lineups, it's going to be the same offensive linemen because they're the best run block and pass block guys in the game. But here is the high level, the high price point air raid squad. Next up, we have the mid level air raid squad. 4 million, quite a difference. I tried, being a little bit more budget conscious with this team, but also tried keeping that same kind of scheme as well. We got George Kittle, we got Vernon Davis. We got Mike Vick out of the backfield. He's a very good pass catcher out of the backfield, who also is able to maybe, if you want to invest a little bit more in your run game, you're able to do that too. Doug Williams, I think, is one of the best buys at quarterback for his price point. MVS, Patrick Ricard, Randy Moss, and DK Metcalf. And here's your offensive line. Looks pretty good to me. And here is the air raid mid-level. For the low level, we're at 1.5 million. 1.5 million for the for this offense is, I think, very good for this price point. Obviously, there's much better out in this game right now, but Bree Archer, a great pass catching running back. I still have Doug Williams on the low level team. I still think he's that good of a buy, even for mid level. Stephon Diggs, Rod Smith, Darius Hayward-Bay, Vernon Davis, Kincaid. And here are the offensive linemen who I like in a pass heavy scheme. And then Mike Alstott, I think, is in a couple of them. Like, I have Ricard here because I like his weight a lot. I think if Ricard does get team of the week, he'd be very good. Or team of the year, he'd be very good because of his weight. But there are our air raid squads. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys would change. And let's get over. Let's do a defensive one first. Let's do a defensive one, then we'll go back to offense and we'll finish on defense. So next up, we have our high-level man-to-man scheme, and I didn't include pass rushers because they, a good pass rusher is a good pass rusher in any scheme. But let me know if you use any like pass rush schemes you guys want to see, or formations you guys would want to see a scheme in or a team built for. Just let me know down in the comment section. I'll of course accommodate that for episode 2. And I just thought of this idea and now I'm just doing it. So I don't even sure how these videos will do. I don't know. But drop a comment down below, and also hit the like button if you guys do enjoy. If you guys enjoy this idea, like this idea, I think it's good, or whatever the case is. So for man-to-man, I think man-to-man is the less popular of the two, zone or man. More people are running zone coverage. So this lineup won't be as popular, but I like having both Jair Brown and both Ronnie Lott over the top. Both high man safeties that pretty much play like corners over the top. So I like Jair Brown a lot. Also does get a lot of good man discount, man KO abilities too for cheap, and reinforcements also great there too. Mel Blount, only really man-to-man. If you're playing zone, you probably don't even use Mel Blount because he has no zone discounted KOs. Mel Blount's great. Cromartie gets great man KOs, and so does Night Train Lane. And then also Joshua Williams too for our cornerback 4 in a lot of those dime sets. You want to make sure you're having 4 good corners and the safeties. And the user is going to be Cam Chancellor in this game. I think he's the best user in the game right now. And he also does have 90-man coverage. So for high level price point, just for the corners, it's going to cost you 9 million coins. Pretty nutty. So next up, mid level, 2 million, a little bit more expensive. Again, if you are going to spend a little bit extra, I would spend on your DBs. That's where I would spend the coins. But Here we go. We got Dante Winder over the top, of course, for reinforcement. Troy Polamalu's price has fallen. He's also here for reinforcement. We got Ryan Neal, who's a good user. I would use Ryan Neal. He even does get some zone KOs. If you put like your user in a zone, that works. We have Ken Riley, who gets inside shade as his AKA X Factor. Steven Nelson, 2 AP short route. Cameron Sutton, 2 AP short route. And Tariq Woolen also, I think he's mid route for 1 AP. I think that might be what I have on him there. I got to check real quick. I got to go to edit. I go back. I don't know what ability I put on him. Actually, I can check right here, can't I? What did I put on him? Pick artist, I guess I put on him. I'm not sure what happened to all the abilities. I had them all saved. Another card that could also potentially make this scheme. Actually, he's on the next team, so I'll show you again. We have the man-to-man low. Under $1 million, this secondary can hold its own. They really can. So you've Jack Tatum with deep in. Julius Peppers also with deep in. I would use Harold Carmichael. These are your 4 corners. 93 Tariq Woolen, Charles Tillman. Keenan Allen's a big dark horse card because he actually does get deep route KO for 2 AP. One of the very few guys, like he's in these elite names that get 2 AP deep route KO. So Keenan Allen's nice, Charles Tillman and Rasul Douglas. A lot of the zero show cards, a lot of cards that came out during that time are just kind of down at that price point. So here's the low level man-to-man scheme for under $1 million coins. Okay, we now have the ground and pound scheme. And I will say you can do some different things with this scheme. What I try to do is find receivers that are not only good, but also good run blockers. Also, again, I try to find the best run blocking offensive lineman. And also, I do have this set up where you are running Vanguard on Heath Miller because Vanguard is one of the best abilities in the game paired with an angry runs, which is just crazy. So you have Marshawn Lynch with the angry runs, which is just insane. And also, if you want to turn this into a QB run scheme, just get a QB that's better at running and plug him in instead of Mahomes. It could be if you like Lamar Jackson. I know Lamar's probably the best running QB in the game. Unfortunately, running QBs just aren't popular. But if that's your scheme, then just add a QB with better run stats than Mahomes. And Mahomes isn't a bad runner, but I'm just saying, if you wanted to, you could do that. And this scheme right here, it's going to cost you $10 million for this squad right here, which is very expensive. But again, I was looking for good run blocking wide receivers, big body, strong wide receivers, which is good in both the air raid and the run scheme. But also we have a good running back with, good X factors, a good run blocking fullback, and some good run blocking offensive linemen, and also Heath Miller with the Vanguard. For mid-level, $3 million, a little bit more expensive than what I was trying to hit, but I want to get Peyton Hillis. I want to get Doug Williams. I got Puka Nacua, who's actually a pretty good run blocker and a big body. George Pickens also is the same. Heath Miller also does make this squad. You can fill in, you can go with Vernon Davis here. I try to get in some of the better run blocking mid-level offensive linemen. Of course, Peyton Hillis is the centerpiece of the team with it being a ground and pound scheme. Being able to get angry runs on the card for free is very good. So angry runs there from Peyton Hillis, and Devin Hester is kind of nice for those, gimmick plays, end arounds, things like that. He's good. So I did pick Devin Hester, and also his speed's nice. And I felt like this team was missing kind of someone that can win in man coverage consistently. I think in zone, you could pass the ball fine, honestly, in this scheme. But if you see some man you got to have some better stats to kind of back it up. So that's why I chose Devin Hester. For ground and pound low, here's what we got. We got Bijan Robinson with the AKA Freight Train. Pickens again makes this lineup. We have Darius Hayward, Bay, Rod Smith, fullback Christian Okoye. I did go with AKA Lamar Jackson. Also has that kind of dual threat because you're lacking in other spots. I feel like making sure you have a QB that can keep your defense on their toes is also very important. So Lamar Jackson, we got him right there. The AKA version. We have Rob Gronkowski, who also does get Vanguard, and here's the offensive line. I made sure that we put the blitz offensive linemen in here because they're not the best pass blockers, but in the run game, they're so valuable. And if you're running the ball a lot in a game, being able to have your guards get to that second level, even with Charles Cross, is just so important. So that's how we got Joe Timmon and Steve Avila. And those are our ground and pound squads. Let me know down in the comment section what you guys think about it. And finally, last but not least, we have our zone scheme. So for zone high level, I have to make an apology to Kevin Byard because this card is genuinely insane because you guys know the motto, abilities over stats. And when this card is fully elevated, reinforcement for 3, and you get pick artist, I would go pick artist on the card, mid zone, and acrobat, that for, I think, 1 AP is ridiculous. This card is so good that he has to be in the zone scheme. So you have Kevin Byard, Gronk as the user, great zone guy, also does get mid zone for 2 AP. And also you could go Donnie Parham too if you have him. He does get the unstoppable mid zone once that's activated. It obviously does not shut off. You got Cam Chancellor playing over the top. We got Nitro in lane, who is also in the man-to-man, also in the zone, kind of gets both abilities both ways. Herb Adderley, Javarius Ward, and of course Jair Brown playing out of position at corner, or just moving in wherever you want. If you play 3 safeties or 2 sub linebackers, I think Jair should definitely be on your field. But he's got reinforcement for 1 AP. Reinforcement, again, it's basically like every single zone and route KO in the game with also really good run support. That's why I love reinforcement so much. But here's our zone defense. Crazy high zone everywhere, big bodies, crazy abilities everywhere, also really good discounts as well. So there is our zone high level scheme, and again, it's about 8 million, which is cheaper than the man scheme, but it does make sense. For our mid-level zone scheme, I feel like this team this squad could have been a little bit better. I feel like I went Jack Tatum on the mid-level team because he does get deep in zone KO, and then Winfield as well, who also does get deep in zone KO for discounts out of position. I like Ryan Neal too because he kind of, if you're running a zone scheme where some safeties are in the box more, Ryan Neal's great for that. Harold Carmichael as your user, which I like, and then we got some really good zone abilities here with Devin Hester and AJ Terrell. They both kind of get those mid-zone, flat zone abilities. Then you got Darius Slay on the outside with deep out zone KO, and we have Isaiah Pacheco on the other side with deep out zone KO. So that was kind of the vision. I tried to put my deep out zone KOs on the outside corners. Both safeties have the inside stuff, and I also try to give some flexibility depending on where your safeties play and things like that. So that is the mid-level squad. And for the low-level team, for under $1 million, here's what I came up with. Same safeties, same user, but the corners are obviously much worse. We got Richard Sherman, Deron Bland, who has a high zone, low man, and we have Tariq Woolen here too with Josh Norman. So that is the low-level team. This team's pretty decent. Sherman does get some pretty good abilities, like they're okay. Keep in mind, this is the non-LTD version of Sherman. But I'm not gonna lie, there were some challenges. I feel like maybe that could have been a little bit better, but this is like the best we got. I tried finding ability discounts. I tried finding cards with high stats in the schemes and things like that. And obviously you can even like combine these teams if you are just getting started. Try to build out the zone low level scheme and then upgrade it slowly up until you kind of can get to this point. You know what I mean? And the same goes for offense. But I hope you guys did enjoy today's video. If you did make it all the way to the end, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, turn on those notifications. I post daily Madden 24 content just like this. And also hit the like button if you guys did enjoy today's series or today's episode, because I would love to make this a series. And if you guys do enjoy it, I'll keep pumping out this kind of content.